The following is a presentation of TFNN. It is now time for The Trader's Edge. Now, Steve Rhodes.
Good morning, all you wonderful money masters and treasure hunters. Welcome to the October 30th wonderful Wednesday edition of today's opening bell on The Trader's Edge. I'm your host, Steve Rhodes, and I am I absolutely treasure your presence here today, and my outcome, as always, is to help you to become a better money master and to provide you with the tools that each of us need in order to lead an inspired life. Because leading an inspired life, folks, that's truly what it's all about. So let's go look at one of our tools. This is a tool I call the most valuable thing. Now, question. What's the most valuable thing that you and I can do in a world that is changing so rapidly? Something that could give you a competitive edge, say in your trading and investing. I mean, would you like a competitive edge? Well, step one is to get a sense of where you are in your trading, in your investing. See things as they are. Always see them as they are. Not worse, not better, just where you are when it comes to your trading and investing. You see, what we want to do is we want to build upon that. We want to build upon the success that you've already created. When you know where you are at, this works this way for anything, folks. When you know where you're at, you can pick out your next target, the next level that you want to achieve in life. Question, what is the one advantage that could benefit you the most in this fast-changing world? You know, one way, in fact, what I consider to be the best way, is to identify the disadvantage, the last time that you felt disadvantaged. The easiest way to identify an advantage, believe it or not, is to go back and try to determine where you last felt disadvantaged. I mean, let me give you an example. How many of you had this experience before? Total and complete humiliation of playing a video game against a child. If you've had this experience, just raise your hand. I can see you out there. It's humiliating, right? Yes or no? Yes. Who always wins? The child. Now, why is it that the child always wins? Do they win because they're stronger, because they're smarter, faster, more brilliant? No. Look, here's how it usually happens. You've got a son, a daughter, a niece, a nephew, a friend's child, and they say, hey, in this case here, Uncle Steve, come play this game with me. And it seems like such an innocent request, doesn't it? But you don't want to play because you know you're not good at this game, and the child looks at you with those heart-melting eyes and says, but don't you want to play? It's so easy. You just shoot the bad guy, and of course you finally give in and say, okay, let's play. Now, have you had this experience before? If not, you probably will come this holiday season. And of course, you know, something is up when the child says, by the way, you go first. Oh, folks, those are not words you want to hear, because when you start playing, you start shooting, and of course, you end up dead in about 3 seconds. And then, of course, the child picks up the controller and starts shooting, and maybe about 45 minutes later, you get your second turn. Of course, on your second try, well, you end up making it for about 6 seconds. So, why does the child always win? Is it because they're smarter? Nah. Is it because they're faster? No. Is it because they have more practice? No. It's because they've played this game before. Real key, they've played this game before, and because they played that game before, they know these secret words. Write this down, folks. They know these secret words. They know the road ahead. They know the road ahead. By knowing the road ahead, folks, they don't have to react. What they can do is they can anticipate. Anticipation, folks, this is the ultimate power in business. Anticipation is the ultimate power in trading and investing. If you or I are going to be successful, if you or I, both of us, are going to attain the highest level possible, if we're going to do that, we can't react. Instead, we must anticipate. If you don't know the road ahead, you'll do the right thing at the wrong time, and guess what? That means you'll be dead in 3 seconds. If you and I are going to succeed, we've got to know the road ahead. If we know the road ahead, well, we can get rid of that reaction. We can get rid of all of the stress, and what will happen is we will become more effective. So the real question when it comes to your trading and investing is, would you like to become more effective. I suggest you do the following things. Pattern recognition or reading the message of the markets, whether you use AB equals CD or Fibonacci expansion or contraction, or use the relative strength index and the many ways in which you can use that, or tests of swing points, or coming back to breakouts or breakdowns. Reading the message of market, folks, is what I've spent thousands of hours doing. Why? Because I have such a passion for it. I love it. If you've got a passion for it, if you want to unlock the key to success, what you need to do is you need to start, well, you need to find a way to be able to learn that. You've got to be, and look, you can go use books. That's a great resource. You can attend workshops. We've got one this evening with Andy Heck. We've got another, I believe, next Friday with Basil Chapman. I've done plenty of workshops out there. My newsletter service is like a workshop unto itself, with all kinds of education that's packed in, all kinds of video education. And what you've actually got is you've got access to me, so I actually coach my clients. Emails going back and forth all the time, assisting my clients. So if you're looking for that type of assistance, that is one way that you can make a decision right now to change your life. Now, the cool thing is that you can check out Mastering Probability. There's really no risk to you if you want to go ahead and test that out. No risk. I'm the one that takes all the risk because you got a 30-day unconditional money-back guarantee. So, folks, there is some activity here at TFNN always going on where you can step up that game. I suggest that you really do that, because what we can all do, what each of us do, is we can teach you how to anticipate that road ahead. Well, let's go try to anticipate these markets here right now. Dow futures up 26 points, trading out at 15,642. ES Mini, that's up 1.25 trading out at 1768. NASDAQ futures up 10, trading at 3393. Russell 2000, basically flat here, up about a half a point, trading out at 1119. U.S. dollar index back, penny, no big deal out there. Goldilocks up $9 this morning, trading out at 13.54. Silver up 51 cents, about a little over a 2% move here this morning. It's trading out at $23, even Steven. Light sweet crude, that's back 87 cents, trading out at $97. A quick peek across the globe out here over in Europe. FTSE's up 17 points, so a flat market. DAX even flatter. It's up 6 points right now, trading out at 9,027. We handed the ball off. All of us bulls, we handed the ball off to Asia last night. They took it. They ran with it. You had the Nikkei up 1 2/10%. That was up 176 points. The Hang Seng up 2%, 457 points there, and 1.5% up in the Shanghai, up 33 points. Now, just to be fair, open, honest, which I love to be, I exited my long positions that I've been in since the 28th. Since we began the week, I had 3 positions I added to my first position inside the ES Mini. I ended up going long at a price of $17.55. That took place while I was on the air at 10:15. That was on October 28th. That was a couple days ago. I added to that position. I did that at 8:10 in the evening, and that was on, what was that? That was the 29th out there. I added yesterday. No, it was the 28th. That was in the evening on the 28th. And then I added one more time to my positions. That happened at about 8:20 last evening. Those positions were exited just as I was coming onto the air. So I use a little algorithmic trading program I've developed. I share the tools with my clients and subscribers out there. Now, just because I'm not in the market, that doesn't mean the market's going to change here. But I did get my first signal. It was time to go ahead and close out those profitable trades, and I'll just wait for the market to give me the next message. It doesn't matter to me whether it is long or short out here. Now, if we go take a look at what the market is doing, let's go look at it. Now, I'm trading that on some intraday time frames out here, but let's go take a look at what's going on inside the daily charts. Let's get a good view of what we have going on. You know, we've been talking about the Dow trading in that 1,000-point consolidation range. It is basically broken out of that area, but what it's really doing, it's also testing that all-important swing point high from September 19th. The price there, 15,658. There's no real breakout unless we see a close above that level. Now, inside the Dow, outside the Dow futures, you get up above that level, then there's no resistance. There's only really wind at your back, and the only resistance is when is it that these sellers could or might step in? When is it that people start to take profits out here? Now, you know, what we are dealing with here, just to kind of put a little perspective on it, if we go actually, let me just do this here. Let me do this for you. I don't talk about this too often, but I don't think I've talked about it with you too often. In fact, I know I haven't. But let me just let's just do this. If you just were to take a look, we're coming to the end of the year, right? We got trick or treat, then you got Thanksgiving, Christmas, New Year's Eve, and what we really have coming up, right, is the end of a tax year for most of us. Those of us that are on a calendar year tax basis. Now, this bull market that we have been in, this big run that we've been in, to a certain extent, really began last Thanksgiving, November 25th. Well, you could take it back just a tad further. You could go back to October of, wait a minute here. I got to get to the right time frame. November, it was before Thanksgiving. November 16th is really where we saw the last big run up begin, November 16th. Now, not everybody was in on November 16th or what have you, but what we should start to pay attention to, it's going to be November 16th before we know it. And then you got a 30-day time period. This group that may have been in since that time period, they might want to actually go ahead and cash out, pay their tax bill now when they know what it is. Something to think about. 877-927-6648. We'll be right back.
Who says you can't take it with you? TFNN says you can. With your mobile device and TFNN's live radio streams, TFNN has put it all in the palm of your hands. No special apps to download. No subscription fees for live radio or TigerTV streams. We say you can.
Now let's go over to the dollar, because the dollar is going to be the generator. It is the generator of basically higher dollar, lower market. And what the dollar has done, and this whole uptrend, folks, has just gone sideways. The way it works, folks, is this.
We say you can. The Tiger Financial News Network. Smart investors and professional traders know you can. TFNN.com. Educating investors. With the launch of TigerTV, TFNN has brought our programming to the next level. With TigerTV, you can gain access to each host's charts and computer screens as they host their daily stock program. Whether it's Tom O'Brien, Steve Rhodes, Basil Chapman, David White, Larry Pesavento, Andy Hecht, Victor Jones, or Terrell Martin, you can catch all of our technicians hosting their programs live and archived on TigerTV for your viewing pleasure 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. If you haven't checked out TigerTV, then visit TFNN.com and see what you're missing.
TFNN is excited about our new software charting program, The Art of Timing the Trade Charts. In collaboration with Tom O'Brien and using his best-selling book, The Art of Timing the Trade, Your Ultimate Trading Mastery System, David White has programmed an outstanding piece of software that will complement any trader's methodology. Using this first-of-its-kind program, The Art of Timing the Trade Charts allows you to scan thousands of stocks for Fibonacci formation setups, including Gartley's, ABC's, butterflies, and much more. The Art of Timing the Trade Charts is designed to help you when scouring the markets for stocks just beginning to form the trading patterns that many investors spend days, weeks, or even months searching to find. And right now, we're offering licenses available at only $79 a month. We are so confident that you're going to love this new charting software that will even give you a 30-day unconditional money-back guarantee. Don't miss out on this incredible new piece of software. Get your copy of The Art of Timing the Trade Charts today by visiting TFNN.com.
Patterns, profits, and peace of mind.
Are you looking for a precision edge in the market? Something that can stack the odds in your favor? Then look into Larry Pesavento's trading newsletter.
Patterns, profits, and peace of mind.
In each weekly issue, Larry explains what's going to happen in the markets based on the pattern he sees developing and gives you actionable trade ideas based on those patterns. Plus, you'll get his detailed analysis on a variety of markets and sectors, including stocks, treasury bonds, the gold market, oil, the dollar, the Forex market, and more. You'll get access to all the patterns Larry is seeing in the markets, plus the Astro Harmonics and powerful Bradley stock market model that Larry utilizes for less than $5 a day. An extremely potent combination that will give you the edge you've been looking for. Try Patterns, Profits, and Peace of Mind absolutely free for 2 full weeks. That's an $85 value. Yours free when you register right now.
Get Larry's Patterns, Profits, and Peace of Mind.
And get the edge you've been looking for.
Investors, Taz Market Research delivers to its subscribers expert commentary on the analysis of 15 different markets each day. Get this invaluable and timely information through the daily market research videos Taz Market Research produces each day before 9 a.m. The video analysis will include reports on currencies, interest rates, indices, metals, energies, grains, and more. You'll be able to gauge where high profitability setups are in each of the markets. Receive a free 2-week trial subscription to Taz Market Research videos on the front page of TFNN.com. Steve takes your phone calls now. Toll free at 1-877-927-6648. Internationally at 727-445-1044.
Welcome back, folks. Out with earnings here before the bell. After the bell last night, we got LinkedIn. LNKD is the ticker symbol. Trading back about $5, $4.64 at the moment, off just slightly under 2% out here. Let me see here. They guided low. Their revenues, they came in with revenues for the third quarter, $392 million versus $252. Net loss, I should say, a $3.3 million loss versus a $2.3 million profit from the year earlier. That was on LinkedIn. Buffalo Wild Wings out here, they are trading up 8% this morning, up $10.98. Last trade looks like it fired off just over $140 out here. A lot of chicken wings being sold out here. Net income, $17.9 million. Let me see if I can find the comparison on that. Off of my chart here, off of my screen, I can't. But they're trading up. You've got General Motors also out with numbers before the bell. They're trading up about 3 7/10%, up $1.34. Last trade fired off at $37.40. They had revenues here of net revenue $39 billion versus $37.6, and adjusted earnings before income tax $2.6 billion versus $2.3 from the prior year out there. We got Garmin, GRMN out with earnings as well. They're up 5% this morning, up $2.43. Last trade firing off at $50.50. They did net income of $187 million versus $140 from the year before. Net sales $643 million versus $672. So they found some ways to fine tune their bottom line out here. Those are the big movers so far in the marketplace. Trading up this morning, we also have Baidu. I don't know if maybe, let's see if Baidu's out with numbers out here. I don't see their numbers on my screen, but they closed at 159.41. Their last trade must be out with numbers. Their last trade here fired off at 168.40. To the downside, also we've got Yelp. Not that, by the way, Baidu was not to the downside, but to the downside, Yelp. They were out with numbers. They closed last night at $68.83. They're trading at $63. So there's a little $5 haircut out here. IAC Interactive Corp, IACI, they closed at $57.90. They're trading down at $51.50 out here. SodaStream, SODA, little fizz coming out of its equity here today. They closed at $63.75. They are out with numbers. They are trading out right now at $59. So let's go back here to the futures market. Let's take a look at the daily. Let's see what we've got out here. So what we do have for sure, most certainly, is a test of that swing point high from September 19th. And this is the Dow futures. This has been the so-called weak link out here. Now, remember, been traveling in approximately 1,000-point trading range, give or take a few bucks out here. And if it can't break it out to the upside, well, what will it try to do again? Probably try to break it all the way back down to the bottom out here. Now, to the downside, maybe a 1,000-point move. Maybe it's just a retracement. If we take a look at potential retracements out here, assuming that it can't clear this hurdle, and your dead cat bounce, normal retracement, 15,283. It's trading at 15,642 right now. The normal retracement would be about 15,041. That's where I would expect that you would see the Dow futures pull back to if it cannot break things up. The 0.618 retracement, a normal level, and at 15,041 as we pull this back here, you'd see it would run right into the bottom of a rising price channel out there. So that is on the Dow futures. Let's go take a look at the ES Mini. You know, we've been calling for the 1776 area to get hit. So far, intra-session, what we have seen is 1773.25 out there. So it has been long and strong out here. 1776.25 is the 1-to-1 A to B equals CD. What you can also see is the blue rising price channel is up and around that area. So maybe it's 1776, maybe it's 1780, 81, 82, but we are nearing an area that in the past has deflected prices out there. So we want to, and we also are in the overbought area of the RSI, the Relative Strength Index out here. So it doesn't have to be today. We are near month end. You got window dressing and so forth. And, you know, when I say that I exited my long positions, that doesn't mean I'm short. It's, you know, I've got one trading strategy for the ES Mini, and I'll be ready to go back in and take a long position if I get it close above a certain number out here. So I've exited the shorts at this point. I let the market just tell me what it wants to do. I let it, it's a momentum strategy that I have developed out here, and I'll just let the market tell me what I should do next out here. And when we get back here, the market's going to tell us what it's going to do next. We're going to go take a look at the open. We'll take a look at some of these stocks that are popping and dropping. You can also give us a call at 877-927-6648. We'll be right back, folks.
Has the current market volatility continued to stop you out of trades when the market spikes against you? Now is the perfect time to open up an account with Nadex. Nadex, the North American Derivatives Exchange, is a brand new, completely regulated Chicago-based exchange, and unlike most other exchanges, Nadex allows you to trade directly through them with direct market access when using their completely free trading platform, which also features real-time charts and full customization capability. One of the advantages of trading with Nadex in volatile markets is that your risk is always capped and you have the ability of keeping your trades open even when the market spikes against you. Nadex is completely brand new with a line of unique trading products that are unavailable anywhere else. See how it works at nadex.com. That's NADEX.com. Or click on the Nadex banner on the front page of TFNN.com. Futures and options trading involves risk and may not be appropriate for all investors.
If you're an active trader looking for that extra edge when it comes to trading and investments, then now is a great time to get a 2-week free trial to Tom O'Brien's daily market letter, Market Insights. Tom O'Brien's daily newsletter, Market Insights, comes out every market day at around 9:30 a.m. and provides Tom's daily commentary on the broad market, including the Dow, NASDAQ, and S&P, plus specific trade recommendations. There's even an update published most afternoons to keep you informed about the day's market activity. He'll give you the entry price, price target, and stop price of each stock and option trade. With Market Insights, there's nothing left to guessing. For all the details and to get your 2-week free trial to Market Insights started today, visit TFNN.com.
Wednesday, October 30th at 6:30 p.m., Andy Hecht has a special live online workshop for his subscribers to his weekly newsletter, the Technomental Commodity Report, called A Roadmap That All Investors Should Use, But Most Don't. During this hour-long live webinar, Andy will teach you how to use free and readily available market data to calculate the future expected price range for any asset. It's a simple yet powerful method that every investor should have in their toolbox. The best part is that you can attend this live online workshop, which will be archived, by simply signing up for a 30-day free trial to Andy's newsletter, the Technomental Commodity Report. And this is the last month to lock in the low introductory rate of only $39 a month. This price will be going up by over 25% come November, so now is the perfect time to get in on the action. Sign up for your 30-day free trial to the Technomental Commodity Report today by visiting the front page of TFNN.com. Daryl Martin coined the phrase diagnostic trading, and we're happy to announce that his diagnostic box spread analyzer has finally been released. The Diagnostic Box Spread Analyzer helps you easily identify the best box spreads on Nadex in seconds, plus you receive access to the diagnostic deviation levels, as well as step-by-step training videos teaching you how to trade Nadex spreads so you can quickly master the mechanics of this simple yet powerful trading instrument. By pulling live data from the Nadex exchange, the Diagnostic Box Spread Analyzer does all the math for you, calculating risk, reward potential, distance to break even for both outright spreads and spreads used to hedge the underlying market. Visit the front page of TFNN.com today to get your 2-week free trial to Daryl Martin's Diagnostic Box Spread Analyzer and gain access to the valuable information it can provide when trading the Nadex box spreads.
This segment is brought to you by Think or Swim. For more information, just click the Think or Swim banner on the front page of TFNN.com.
To the races. We got the Dow up 33 points, trading out at 15,713. S&P's up about 3, trading at 1774 and change. Composite up 10, trading out at 3962. Russell 2000 up 2 points, trading at 1123. Apple up $1.40 right now. Microsoft up 13 ticks. Google pulling back a bit, down $3 and change. Buffalo Wild Wings is a leader in the clubhouse, up $11 and change, up almost 9%. Agerian Pharmaceuticals, AEGR, up 6% this morning, up $6. Baidu now in second place, up nearly $8, up 5%. Nuvasive, NUVA, up 14%, 15% this morning, $3 and change. Rosetta Resources, ROZE, up nearly 7% or $4. You've got DreamWorks Animation, DWA, that's up a nice 12% this morning. Trulia, TRLA, up 7%. To the downside, Parexel, PRXL, Parexel International, down 14% off 750. IAC Interactive, that's down 12%. Digital Realty, DLR, that's off about 12% this morning. LinkedIn down 3% off $7. Ingredion, INGR, down about 7%. Questcor Pharmaceuticals off about 7%. Yelp down 6%. SodaStream off 5%. Edward Life Sciences have another tough day out there. That is down 5%. Western Union off 17% out here. Teva Pharmaceuticals down 8%. Our call number 877-927-6648. Let's start taking a look at some of these stocks here that are moving and grooving. Let's start off by taking a look at Buffalo Wild Wings. Gapping up this morning, has some pretty decent volume here at the open. Let's go pull this thing back on a weekly chart here. 1, 2. This is a third. No, that's I was looking for gaps up here. I see one gap. I see this is the second gap up. Let's see a few gaps on the way down. Let me put this on a weekly chart. We'll go try to take a look at, boy, this thing is up and over its highs. So they're at all-time highs so far. You know, it's hit a level of 143.90. Where is Buffalo Wild Wing headed to? Let's put this on a monthly chart out here. Let's see. Pretty interesting looking stock chart out here. Man, these food companies, they're just amazing. You take a look at Chipotle out there. What's that one, Noodles, NDLS? That was let's go check that out. I haven't looked at that in a while. That's kind of a recent IPO. Let's go see what that is doing. We'll go back to Buffalo Wild Wings. So, it's not too bad. It's trading out at about $45 out here. But all of these restaurant stocks, not all of them, but many of these restaurant stocks, looks like Buffalo Wild Wings easily could head to the 149.20 level. That would be your 1-to-1 A to B equals 80, but that would not be where I would project price to stop at. Looks like maybe about $170 stock or so, Buffalo Wild Wings. That's on a monthly chart. On a daily chart here with this gap up, you got to be very careful because at highs, what you don't want to see is some type of gap down here. So because that would set off your your reversal signal here with regard to a island top. So hasn't formed that yet, but it is something that you want to be paying attention to, especially $140 stock out there. And if we take a look at volume, where are the volume bars if this thing really were to fall out of bed? Well, you got some big volume bars all the way back here on July 25th, 2012. At about $74, $68 to $74. So I'm not saying that's what it's going to do, but you do want to be paying attention to and watch Buffalo Wild Wings and see how it deals with that gap. Speaking of gaps here, you got General Motors this morning. That is gapping up into its most recent swing point. This will be the third test of a resistance area here. The first time up, well, I mean, we can take it back, but right now on my chart, first time up, we're looking at the trading session of July 25th out there. The highs 37.71. Had volume of 18 million shares. Got up there with 16 million shares. Rejected it. Tested it a few days later with 23 million shares. Rejected that area. That's where it is headed to, somewhere in the $37+ range. So it's gapping up in that area. We'll see if, in fact, it'll hold. Volume so far, 5.7 million shares. So it's got the volume. It's trading into the most recent swing point, which was from September 24. So it says 37.97 is the price level that should be hit inside of General Motors, GM, the ticker symbol. Let's take a look here at LinkedIn. LinkedIn not doing too bad here this morning. So I think it was kind of a wild ride last night in the post market out here, but not doing too bad. Now, what LinkedIn is doing, LinkedIn has a, where LinkedIn should travel down to, and may set up a nice buying opportunity, and it looks like at this stage it would really be a consolidation. LinkedIn here gapped up with nice wide price spread and accelerated volume on the trading session of August the 2nd. Let me put my volume bar across the bottom of the screen because we're going to want to go ahead. We will pay attention to this. So on August 2nd, gaps up 7.5 million shares, comes back and tests that gap, and that has held as a support zone out here. It tests that, and that is the level of 213.50. So it gets down to 213.50 with 4.4 million shares going against 7.4 million, even going against the actual breakout session, which was from August 1st, and doing that on light volume. So that's what you want to be focused on when it comes to LinkedIn. If you're trying to get into it, you want to see it come back into that area, preferably with less than 4.4 million shares last time that it was down there. The top of that candle, 226 even, the low 213.50. I'd wait for the 213.50 level to be dealt with here. Now, it does have a swing point that it's dealing with this morning, more recently, which is October the 23rd out here. That low, 235.25. Volume on that is 1.9 million shares. It's already done 862,000 shares. So if it busts through that, close below 235.25, says LinkedIn should get down to 213.50. So we'll pay attention to LinkedIn out there. Let's take a look here at Baidu. Let's go take a look at some movers to the upside. We looked at Buffalo Wild Wings. BIDU is the ticker symbol. Let's go see what it is doing. It gapped up this morning. It's taking on a swing point. Let's see what kind of volume we've got behind Baidu out here. October 21st, the high is 167.55. It's at 168.40. 4.5 million shares on that trading session, already 2.8. So Baidu taking out a swing point with volume today. That's assuming it can close above 167.55. If we pull this back, this is back at all-time highs. Let's let me see if I can. Let's look at the daily chart out here. Give me a moment here. The trading session that we are looking at, we'll just start drawing the lines across the screen out here, was on July 26. It gapped up on July 26 with good volume behind the move. We'll put a little dark line, black line across the top of that screen here. And, it sold off that next day, so maybe we want to be paying attention to this. So we'll just follow the yellow brick road. The 165.96 is the number. Let's pull this back so you can see last time up. So here, if you look at the bottom of my screen, you can see that's the volume line, and you can see that price is nowhere near the volume back at that level. It says that Baidu may end up struggling here. Now, it's got good volume today. We'll see if it can maintain this volume. If it can, then that would be a real breakout. And that would be in Baidu out here. Now, as I mentioned earlier, my long trades that I was in, those exited at just as we were coming on to the show here this morning. And right now, let me see what the time frame is I'm looking at. So it's not till 10 o'clock. So at 10 a.m. here, I'll get a message from my trading strategy here that will tell me on a little bit longer-term basis if what we may be seeing here is the beginning of a trend change-out here. So we'll know that as we come into the 10 o'clock show. What I'm looking for there is if I get a close below 1768.25. Boy, am I precise or what? If I get it closed below 17, or we get it closed below 1768.25 on the ES Mini, that will be an indication that we are seeing a potential change in trend. So we'll be able to come back and take a look at that as we end this show here, but more so when we open up the next hour, the Master Trader, the Money Master show out there. Let's continue, though, taking a look at some of these stocks here. You know what? Let's do this here before we, because we always come back to some stocks. I haven't looked at the currency market nor the commodity market, so let's go ahead and do that. Let's take a look at Goldilocks, see what it is doing here. It's trading up $11 right now, trading out at 13.56. As I have mentioned to you, for me, I could get more bullish with gold closing above 1375.40. That's a reversal. That's the evening star pattern that is out there. And so that's what I'm looking for. It's trading into that session, which is 1358.50. That's the low. You're at 1356.50 right now. Let me see the high, 1358.90. So it has traded up into that. But a close above 1375.40, that would be nice and bullish. That would set up the potential move into that 1500-ish level out there. That's on Goldilocks. Let's go take a look at silver. Silver having a nicer morning here. Silver right now up a total of 2 4/10%, up 53 cents out here. Silver also, though, trading into that candle session from September 19th. I want to see a close above that level, which is 23.45. That will give me a little bit more assurance that, number one, we'll take a look at the 24.13 level, then the 100% move of a move, which is back in the August 28th session, and that's where we'll get a ton of information, because is silver, is gold coming into that swing point with volume? If it's coming in there with volume, that sets up the A to B equals CD patterns to the upside. We've got to take things one moment at a time out here. We take a look at light sweet crude, still being repelled by that consolidation that it had traveled in ever since the 2012 July timeframe broke out, came back inside here. As it got back, it made the 0.618 retracement, which was 95.78. It actually got down to a low of 95.95. Made the 0.618 retracement, got into a condition of being oversold. Now all it's doing is just really working its way off and moving sideways. So that actually looks more bearish than anything else. It's being repelled by that consolidation zone. That's why we're going to be paying attention certainly to the Dow today. You know, is this thing going to, are they going to be able to hold the market up? Is it going to break out? Is it just going to start traveling sideways here? But it's in that consolidation. It's trying to take that on. If we take a look at the 30-year Treasury out here, again, another day with somebody's thumb on the trigger here. You talk about narrow-ranged bars out here. That would be the 30-year Treasury out there. So another day, maybe that takes, maybe that changes the once the Fed releases their minutes here today. I don't know if that's 2 o'clock, 2:15, sometime early this afternoon during David White's show out there. So we'll pay attention to that. Natural gas. Let's see, natural gas here. If we take a look at the the December contract out here. Right now, it's trading below the hammer candle session from September 26th. That is not a good thing. This has also been trading in a consolidation range. So a break of the hammer and a break of the consolidation range, that would suggest that we would see natural gas trade lower, equal to the distance of the consolidation pattern that is out there. On the currency side, let's go back. Yesterday, we took a look at a number of intraday 30-minute charts and patterns that were inside the marketplace. Out here, one of those, a Great British Pound. Again, this is about being able to anticipate the markets by utilizing different patterns out here. We had nice Fibonacci expansion and retracement numbers. This was the Great British Pound. It suggested, now you've got to remember, folks, we're drawing these patterns in advance to give us a target area for where price should move to, for where you would start to look for trades out there. It's a little bit more than that, because you don't want to, you know, you've got to get some signals from the market out here. But take a look at where that price range was. Take a look at where it has come in. Let's go take a look at any kind of bullish signals out here. And that bullish signal came in right here on at 11:30 last night. Now, that bullish signal, this is a 30-minute chart that we're looking at, a little bit degraded out here on that very next candle session. I'd like to see follow through. We didn't see that. But if I go ahead and blend these three candles together, it does at least suggest at least a bounce out here, and potentially more than that. At this stage here, this 0.618 Gartley buy pattern inside the Great British Pound is working. So what is it that you would want to look for out here if you were into this trade here? One thing I would certainly be looking at would be a trend line for where this would hit, and I'm just looking at the C to D leg and looking for some swing points there, just simply to draw a trend line. That would seem to be a magnet. If you take a look at normal retracements of where the Great British Pound would get up to, dead cat bounce, that's in the cards 161.07. You've also got the 161.60 area. So, a pattern that we drew up yesterday, you've got to wait for the signal. That signal really did not come in until 11:30 last evening. Let's take a look here at we got the euro, Japanese yen. Of course, this pattern was confirming while we were on the air out here. This shows the 1 to 1 A to B equals C to up. That would complete at 135.31. So far, we have seen a high that came in at 6 o'clock this morning. That was at the 135.23 range. So seeing us actually move higher, that's actually somewhat bullish for the market. Right now, the Dow is up 18, S&P up $1.50. We'll be right back, folks.
You take a hands-on approach to managing your investment strategy. You're always looking for the next trading opportunity to magnify your perspective. Direction Shares connects sophisticated traders with a powerful array of ETFs from a wide range of asset classes. The markets may go up and down, and you want tools for both sides of the trade. Discover how we can help at DirectionShares.com today. An investor should consider the investment objectives, risks, charges, and expenses of the Direction Shares carefully before investing. The prospectus and summary prospectus contain this and other information about Direction Shares. To obtain a prospectus or summary prospectus, please contact Direction Shares at 800-851-0511. The prospectus or summary prospectus should be read carefully before investing. An investment in the funds is subject to risk, including the possible loss of principal. The funds are designed to be utilized only by sophisticated investors such as traders and active investors employing dynamic strategies. Investors in the fund should understand the consequences of seeking daily investment results, understand the risk of shorting, and intend to actively monitor and manage their investments. Distributor, Foresight Fund Services, LLC. David White's newsletter, The Technology Insider, is focused like a laser on finding the next big things in technology. If you had invested only $10,000 in Microsoft in 1986, you'd have been a millionaire by 2000. Disruptive technology like Microsoft's is the key to these massive long-term profits, and the Tech Insider is the vehicle from TFNN to capitalize on these opportunities. This is the go-to newsletter that identifies, monitors, and profits on mostly little-known cutting-edge companies with great long-term prospects. David's experience is as an inventor of Emmy-winning animation products for TV and Hollywood that propelled a company public. Match that with 14 years as a full-time trader, and he's uniquely qualified to guide you through the light-speed world of ever-evolving high-tech. If you're ready to ride the next big technology bull market for less than $40 per month, log on to TFNN.com and get your 2-week free trial to the Technology Insider. Get in on the ground floor of the next big thing today. Basil Chapman has just announced that he will be hosting a one-day online master trader class. Friday, November 8th, Basil Chapman will teach you the essential fundamentals he uses when trading the market with his Chapman Wave methodology. Included in this full-day online master trader class is 1 month of Basil's daily newsletter service, The Opening Call, a $128 value, as well as a copy of his CD book introducing the Chapman Wave methodology, which usually sells for $249. Join Basil Chapman for this powerful one-day online master trader class Friday, November 8th, which will be archived if you can't attend live, where he'll give you a complete understanding of the Chapman Wave methodology and how to apply it to profitably trade any market in any time frame. For all the details and to reserve your spot while taking advantage of early bird pricing and saving $200 off the regular price, visit the front page of TFNN.com today.
Have you subscribed to the Gold Report yet? On Wednesday, August 14th and Thursday, August 15th, Tom O'Brien advised his Gold Report subscribers to close out 6 of their 9 open positions, all winning trades ranging from a 10.69% profit to an incredible 48% profit in just one equity. Tom O'Brien brings an incredible wealth of knowledge and experience to the gold market and the equities within the industry. That's almost 12 years since this powerful newsletter first began. And right now, you can get a 30-day free trial to the Gold Report by visiting TFNN.com. Make sure you're a subscriber as this volatile gold market makes its way back into positive territory after declining all the way from $1,900 to under $1,200 an ounce in only 2 years. Get your 30-day free trial today by visiting TFNN.com.
Catch the Money Masters as they teach you the art of mastering money when it comes to trading and investing. Next on TFNN.
Welcome back, folks. The Dow up 11 points right now. S&P up $1.58. Composite up 10. Let's go. So we're taking a look at the Euro Japanese yen. Still has a little bit higher price in order to complete its 1-to-1 A to B equals CD pattern out here. Let's go take a look at the U.S. dollar Japanese yen. Here's a pattern that we identified yesterday. We gave the target here of about 98.32. What we actually saw was price get up into, at 4 o'clock this morning, got up to 98.30. You got to love that. Now, we did get the reversal signal that we were looking for. That came in at 7:30 this morning. That says that we ought to see the U.S. dollar Japanese yen pull back here if this pattern is going to work. Where will it pull back to? Well, if we take a look at the debt, we'll take a look at a couple of areas. Give me a second here to actually delete these retracements just to clean this up. How do I do that easily without blowing everything else that's on this chart? Give me a moment. Let's get rid of the Fibonacci levels. Let's get rid of that. There we go. That should clean things up. Okay, so now as we take a look at this pattern and how this could unfold, if we go from the A to our D point out here, 97.77 would be the first target as a pullback, and then 97.45, that's your 0.618 retracement. What I also do is take a look at the C to D leg. So let's see what we have lining up here on the C to D leg, and you can see that the 0.618 retracement of your C to D leg is lining up with your 0.382 retracement of your A to D leg. So that 97.77 area is very likely where you would see the U.S. dollar Japanese yen pull back to as this pattern here continues to unfold. What have we not taken a look at? I think we covered the commodities. We covered this. So let's go take a look at a couple other stocks here that are moving in the marketplace. Let me go over to, let's go take a look at IBM. Let's go see what IBM actually is doing. They announced a big buyback. IBM got into the descending price channel, and what we said was that once it got in there, IBM should find some resistance right around that 182-ish level. That's the black horizontal line that you see going across the bottom of my screen. That is the bottom of the what I consider to be the real consolidation breakout area. And what we have seen here with regard to IBM, it gapped up this morning, 182.18. You can see that black line price running into that area of resistance. If, in fact, IBM gets up over that, what we will see, we should see IBM run into the top of the descending price channel that it is now traveling within pretty convincingly. So it's in one area of resistance here right now. Could be bullish, could be bearish. If it can't break through here, I'd say that's probably a little bit more bearish of a reversal sign with regard to the Dow out here. We absolutely want to be able to take a look at that. Got a request to take a look at GILD, G-I-L-D out here. We can do that real quickly. This is a nice equity. This is gapped up today. Gilead Services out here. It is moving up here with volume of 4.7 million shares, taking out its most recent swing point that only has 9.5 million shares. So another nice strong day. Ooh, man, oh man, take a look at this thing. Really fell apart. Back here, I don't know what happened. Oh, there we go. No, it didn't. I just needed to update my stock chart out there. So what I'll have to do, I'll look at Gilead during the next hour. That'll be for Peak D in the Tiger's Den. Folks, if you're off to start your day, the number I'm looking for here as we come into the 10 o'clock time frame, 1768.25. We're trading at 1768 right now. So we'll know in about a little under 2 minutes whether or not we've just gotten what I consider to be the first indication of a change in trend reversal. Folks, if you're off to start your Wednesday, have a wonderful Wednesday. I look forward to seeing you in a few minutes or tomorrow morning. Take care, folks. What's the one thing that pulls people back from the breakthrough that they're moving towards? What's the only thing that really stops people from taking action? You and I both know the answer, and sure, we can come up with the reasons why we're not where we want to be, but the only reason that we don't do more with our life is fear. Or if you're an overachiever, call it stress. Simply put, there's something that happened to us in our past that's holding us back from the life we deserve, yet you and I are okay, we're here. So why should we let our past control our future? Exactly. We shouldn't. Hi, I'm Steve Rhodes with TFNN.com, and when it comes to your trading and investing, I can help you overcome your fear of loss. Together, we'll turn weakness into strength with a system I've developed called Mastering Probability. I'll teach you how to make your money work harder for you than you do for it. I'll teach you the tools that provide financial freedom. Go to the homepage of TFNN.com, click on my name, Steve Rhodes, and begin your journey of mastering probability risk-free. It's time to become a pioneer of your future versus a prisoner of your past.